Hi, I'm Jeet from Espressotec Sales and Service, and today we're going to do a video overview featuring Baratza's new grinder, the Forte AP. So, I have the Forte AP right here on the counter. It's basically dubbed the AP because it's the all-purpose grinder. It's commercial quality build. It's elegantly designed with a stainless steel finish, so it looks really great on the counter, but it's also quite a workhorse because it does have 54mm ceramic burrs produced by Ditting, so it's a pretty powerful unit. I'm just going to do a little video overview, show you around the grinder and tell you a little bit more about it. It's more than meets the eye. So with it, it's not just a fancy little Vario, it's actually much more. They've done a lot of work and revamped a lot of little tweaks, which make it a very powerful grinder. So we have the new bean hopper right here, and it features a hopper stopper. On the back of the unit, there is a flap to control on or off, and just like the Vario, you just twist and it comes right out. So that hopper stopper on the back will be able to, stop the beans from pouring out. You'll be able to take off your hopper, preserve your beans, and then go ahead and take apart your grinder for cleaning. So that's a neat little feature we thought was awesome for hot swapping, especially if you're going to be switching in, different kind of beans in your commercial scenario. You can definitely just keep several hoppers and put whichever beans that you need. And only about 10 grams is left in the grinding chamber. Baratza also gives you the burr removal tool. It's extra handy with the Forte because the Forte does have threaded burrs. So the upper burr is threaded in place, so you do have the Baratza removal tool which fits on the upper burr and you can take it out with ease. I'm just going to go ahead and place that back on top. It does have the safety feature, just like the other Baratzas, where if the hopper is not properly in place, it will not grind. So we'll go ahead to the front of the machine. We'll just go ahead and activate the display. The display will turn off by itself to conserve electricity if it's been on idle for 5 minutes. And you just simply activate it by just pressing on screen. I usually press the start button and it comes back to life. So just like the Vario, it does have the macro and then the micro settings. So the macro settings are on the right hand side. Sorry. And they're basically numbered between 1 and 10. So you have 10 distinct macro settings, ranging from a very coarse grind setting for drip or press, all the way to a super fine espresso setting. And actually for our espresso machine, we have it set to about 3.5, well 4 on the macro setting. Now, for each macro setting, there are also 26 distinct micro settings. So these micro settings over here will allow you to fine tune your grind setting. Between the two, you're getting 260 grind settings in total, and the micro settings are basically from A to Z. They've also redid the cams over here, these little tabs over here, so it's a very, very sturdy feel. It's a little bit hard to push, but it also holds your grind setting perfectly. So I like the idea of A, that they've made the tabs much more sturdy, and B, because of the number and letter system, it's really easy to know what you need. You can always know that your espresso is say 4H and then your drip will be 8T, and you can perfectly dial it in every single time. So with the display, we'll go ahead, you can grind basically by weight or by time, and there's 3 programmable settings, plus you can also go ahead and use the manual mode. Now what you see here is basically the portaholder assembly for the Baratza Forte, where you can put your portafilter handle directly into the unit and it'll grind right away. Now to access or to use the weight setting, you simply would just pull this out, and underneath it actually reveals the weigh scale, which you can use the grounds bin, which they provide. Place it into the unit, have it on weight, and then you can just simply press tar to tar the grounds bin, and then you can go ahead and grind by weight. And when you're grinding by weight, you get an accuracy of about 0.2 grams every cycle, and then grinding by time with the portaholder or even without it, you can actually get an accuracy of about 0.5 grams every time. Now, what's also included is the Baratza Calibration Tool, and so you can actually calibrate it. Similarly, we have YouTube videos showing you how to do it on the Vario. Basically, we'll be using this tool to recalibrate your grinder if you're noticing that you're having to grind an excessively fine grind compared to factory, a few years down the road. Last thing I want to mention also that Baratza, as usual, they had thrown in a little bit of cleaner, so they have some full cycle grinds cleaner that you can run in through your grinder. Basically on a medium grind setting, just flush it through and that'll keep the grinder nice and clean. So the Baratza Forte AP is a solid, commercial grade grinder that we find that Baratza has done a lot of engineering and a lot of tweaks to it to make it a very, very profound grinder. So that's our video overview featuring the Forte. So thank you for checking out our video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for our next one.